Tell your friends you're listening to the Verhoeven Effect podcast. I'm Conlon.
And I'm Nathan.
We have another very special episode. We have the 2000 movie Hollow Man, another Paul Verhoeven movie.
Yes. Moving into the holidays.
From Halloween to Hollow Man, here we are. Just in time for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
um,
Ready for Christmas.
Came out August 4th, 2000. Did you see this in theaters?
No, I did not see this one in theaters.
Okay. I can't remember. I don't think I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
I remember not liking it. I kind of have the same opinions. Like, there's some cool stuff here, but I don't like it. So.
Yeah.
And yeah, and unfortunately, this is like Paul Verhoeven's last like Hollywood big budget movie.
Yeah.
So
this is where it ends. And according to him, it's one of his least favorite movies. And this is the guy that made Showgirls. Okay.
I don't. Well, yeah, that's probably might be our next movie. I'm not sure, but I hear there's like a big reevaluation on Showgirls, so we'll have to see. I've never actually seen it in the first place.
For one, I know I had to see it in theaters.
Okay.
My now current wife, then girlfriend, and it's like, oh, this is
your ex-girlfriend.
yeah, ex-girlfriend, current wife. Yeah.
That's a joke from Comedy Bang Bang. Scott Aukerman constantly refers to his wife as his ex-girlfriend because she's no longer his girlfriend. She's now his wife. So.
Oh, okay, that's kind of funny. I like that. So, yeah, I don't know. I always thought of that as like a punishment movie. But, yeah, maybe I should reevaluate that at some point.
Yeah. I never saw, like, definitely see that was like, there's boobs in it. So I know, like, at that time, I got, like, it probably would have been, but I just never saw it because I heard it was bad. So it's like, even if it has boobs in it, why do I care? It's bad. So, I mean, I never happened across it on, like, HBO free weekend or anything like that, because maybe it was probably on Showtime. That would make sense. Showgirls on Showtime. So,
yeah.
That was also like one of the last like Esther House scripts. I'm not sure.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he seemed to like get into novel writing. I think after that, but like I don't think he like writes scripts anymore. Let me check. I read some of his biography when we did Basic Instinct, and he has like crazy Hollywood stories that seems exclusive to a writer, because usually writers are pretty lowly people, but like he made himself a rock star among writers. So.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was also like, I don't think he was a part of the Writers Guild, so he's like independent, and like his scripts like sold for millions of dollars, like way above what other people were getting at the time.
Oh, okay.
Because I think like Showgirls sold for like $8 million or something like that. But I don't know what scripts go for nowadays. It seems like when M. Night Shyamalan does a movie, it's like you pay him $20 million to direct, $20 million to write, and then like $20 million to produce, and then you have $10 million left over to make the movie. So.
Yeah. You're getting a whole package here. Paying $60 million for it.
Well, I remember there was something crazy like Signs, which is a pretty low key, like seemingly low budget movie, costs like $150 million. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure half of that's going to M. Night Shyamalan. I know at the time Mel Gibson was like the highest paid like actor in Hollywood, but still that's only $35 million for a movie about like we're staying at our house and watching an invasion on TV movie.
Yeah. Still my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie.
It's a good movie. I'm just like, I don't think that the budget on that movie doesn't not reflecting.
Yeah. Because they're like an alien didn't even burst out of anyone's chest or anything. Yeah. Where'd all this money go?
Okay, he had scripts after Showgirls. He had Jade, which I heard that was bad. I don't know what Telling Lies in America is.
Nope, haven't heard of that one.
Burn Hollywood Burn, I don't know. Basic Instinct 2 is just a character by credit. Showgirls 2 is a character credit. And then something called The Impact, written in 2022. I have no idea what that is. That's probably a podcast thing. Have you seen that recently where, like, they start filling up people's, like, Internet Movie Database history with like podcast stuff.
Oh, when did that start?
I don't know. It's weird.
I think that's
Because I'll be like,
not the data you're looking for.
yeah, it's like, there'll be something like, sometimes you watch old movies and there's like a couple of podcasts out there where they'll take like unreleased scripts from like a writer who like died in like the 1970s, and they'll like do a reading of the script on the podcast, and then that becomes like their most recent credit. Where it's like, okay, 1970s, they haven't made anything else, and then they pop up in 2024. I'm like, what's that about?
That's strange. I don't know about that. That almost seems like they're trying to milk something. It's like the old model's failing. Now we got to do other things. It's like, well, I could read scripts.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I get a credit for it. And most people don't get paid for being on podcasts, at least that I know of.
Oh yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't.
Because usually you do it for
publicity
for whatever your program or whatever you're promoting.
Yeah. It looks like the impact was like just basically a short story movie collection movie. What do you call that? An anthology movie?
Yeah.
So he must have had just a short story on that. But yeah, all his books I hear are pretty good. It's basically him like going from like, look at this crazy life I had, to like now he's like finding God in his later life and stuff like that. Because he has a crazy life. He like grew up in Hungary, like just at the tail end of World War II, and like having to like travel through Europe to try to like make his way to America when he's like
basically had
2 years old.
Childhood, yeah.
It's like, like him and Paul Verhoeven basically like remember bombings from when they were children from World War II. But yeah, he has nothing to do with this. This is written by Andrew W. Marlowe, who like, what's his credits? Nothing great. Air Force One, End of Days. He might be more well known for. Well, he wrote a couple. He has a couple of teleplay credits on the Viper TV show, which was
cool. That was the one built around a car.
Yeah,
right?
Dodge Viper TV show. I believe it only had 1 season.
That sucks. That should have been like a 10-year arc.
Yeah. I think that was around the same time as Mantis.
Yeah.
I feel like Mantis needs another shake. I remember being a really cool show that nobody watched, but that was one of those like Friday night sci-fi movie or sci-fi television shows. So
right, yeah.
Because wasn't he like paralyzed when he puts on the Mantis suit? Like he could. Okay.
He's like a super fighter. He can fight in weird ways too.
Yeah. I think that got like 2 or 3 seasons, but that needs a rewatch. I mean, it's one of those like, I hope it's like better than I remember, but probably not. But every once in a while I go back to like the original Batman the animated series.
Yeah.
Like the 90s one where it's really dark. And like, yeah, it's really simple, but this still holds up.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, occasionally I'll do a rewatch on some of those.
Yeah, wrote Hollow Man. There's a Hollow Man 2 with like, it's straight to video with like Christian Slater in it. I've never seen that one, but
interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to watch that,
but this writer went on to create Castle.
Okay,
that's the TV show.
That's the guy from
Firefly.
Yes, the
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
So he did like 173 episodes of that, and then currently this guy has a created by credit on the Equalizer TV show, not like the 70s one, but like the Queen Latifah one.
Okay.
Which there's 3 Equalizer movies with Denzel Washington. I haven't seen any of them, and there's 5 seasons of this Equalizer show, which I also haven't seen.
Yeah.
So.
Edward Woodward is my Equalizer. A man driving a Jaguar, righting wrongs, and having continuous heart attacks. All the seasons. I think like the Equalizer. I don't want to overstate it, but I think 20% of the total run episodes did not have Edward Woodward because he was having heart attacks like Dick Cheney.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that was like a character trait or whatever.
No, they actually filmed stuff where like he was in bed, like in a hospital bed, like like because they had to save him from being kidnapped or something. Was the only way they get him on camera.
Huh.
It was sad. Edward Woodward always has a place in my heart from the original Wicker Man.
Okay, yeah.
Tight London policeman going to the sex island, being seduced through the wall by I forget, it was somebody's wife, somebody famous. That's why because he basically tried to buy the guy whose wife that was bought the rights to the movie and basically tried to destroy all evidence of it. Roaring back.
This is cinematographer was Jas Valcano, who worked with Verhoeven like in a lot of his movies.
Yeah.
And this is the last movie he made, so he's not listed as being dead. So this was just
he's 91. Okay,
this was just his last movie. So
he's a 91-year-old German man.
So he retired. Yeah, so he would have been 71 around this time. Or no. 91's minus 25, so 66. So
I think it's a good time to retire.
yeah, why not? Yeah, is there anything else other than shot? Oh, that's a miniseries, Das Boot. Oh no, he was a photographer on Das Boot.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That was probably the biggest movie that came out of Germany at that time.
And then of course, is Paul Verhoeven directing. This is coming. Wait, no, this is. Like, what was this post Showgirls? Is this post Starship Troopers?
Post Starship. No, this is. I think Showgirls was before. No, Showgirls was after this. Starship Troopers was before.
Okay.
Let me check. That's important. I know it was before. This was after RoboCop.
Oh, this is after Starship Troopers. Okay.
Yeah, the next movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did Showgirls, Starship Troopers, and it was Basic Instinct, Showgirls, Starship Troopers. La 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 la. See if I can talk.
I understand. How many movies did he direct in the 2000s?
That's a good question. I just had it up and it's not coming. There it is. There it is.
Two. One in 2000 and 2006.
Black Book, L.
Well, that's 2016. I'm just just the 2000s. So
yeah.
But yeah, with the 2000 behind it, it's only 5. So there's one listed as upcoming called Young Sinner, which sounds interesting, but it's listed as in development, so it probably won't happen. So
Paul Verhoeven's like in his 80s.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get it up for one more movie? Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, like Sidney Lumet, like he directed into his 90s, and he directed was that Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, and that was a good movie.
Yeah.
So like you can still do it. I mean, Clint Eastwood's still directing. He's in his 90s, and well, actually, I guess he just stopped directing. But
yeah, he's done. They sold his house and everything, so that usually means like, But he still has like a girlfriend. So
okay, like did they sell his house for him, or did he sell his house?
I don't know. I just heard his house was up for sale.
Okay, all right.
But it's probably a lot to take care of.
Yeah.
Because he seems like a guy. It's like, yes, I'm feeding the damn horses, and he's like 93. Oh God, please.
I don't know, but also Shatner's in his 90s, so it's weird.
Well, Shatner is immortal. They just found that out forever. Verhoeven's 87, but he's from the Netherlands. Some of those people can live forever. They're not drunks. They live forever.
Yeah, there's what's his Bernie Eccleston. He used to run F1.
Yeah.
He's also like an immortal guy. I think he's like 88 now, and he had like a kid like 2 years ago with his 43-year-old girlfriend.
There's nothing gross about that.
I mean, she's 43. She's an adult. So.
Yeah.
She's from Brazil. She knows how to handle it. So.
Oh, yeah. She knows what's going on.
I don't know. Also, it was like Robert De Niro had like a kid, and he's like, 70? So.
Yeah. The Rolling Stone guy have one recently. Mick Jagger?
Probably, yeah.
39 kids or something. I don't know. Never stopped. Hey, good for him.
Yeah. Get it while the getting's good, I guess.
Yeah, you never know. Every day is a gift.
The cast is Elizabeth Shue, Kevin Bacon, and Josh Brolin.
Totally forgot Josh Brolin was in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
he is in this.
Yeah, because he was pretty much a nobody till No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's not bad in this, but he's not like interesting either. But
No,
that's also his character. So
yeah, because mainly it's supposed to be a morality and psychosexual drama between Kevin Bacon and Elizabeth Shue.
yeah. And then like yeah, he's kind of like the voice of reason throughout the movie.
Yeah,
But also he's not like I think it's probably pointed that they have him save her once and she saves him most of the time. So
yeah.
but nobody else gets saved. So
Everyone else dies. Only Josh deserves to live again and again.
Yeah, August 4th, 2000. Yeah, so yeah, we didn't see this in theaters. So, but yeah, very. I was looking because like yeah, the effects on this are pretty good. If you watch like the Corridor Crew, like when they look at scenes for this movie, like they're very impressed with it. It's like, oh, you don't understand. The stuff they're doing here wasn't invented yet. like, like this is what you could do with it now and be more impressive with it. They didn't have those tools then, so they had to do other things. They just had to do it by hand with CGI. So, like you.
Yeah, I was listening to a Verhoeven, Paul Verhoeven commentary, and he said the liquid stuff of the things moving through the veins, like they just had to invent that.
Yeah.
They had no idea how to do it, how to make it look right. Because I think they actually talked to like a fluid dynamics specialist.
Yeah.
Like, what would things look like going through a hot human body where it was invisible? This guy's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And there was kind of a back and forth. And he was like, "Oh, you mean what would it look like if you couldn't see it?" And it was like some kind of serum, like it had the weight of like they really had an elaborate conversation with. Like, what if it was the weight of like horse tranquilizer? Something heavier, thicker than water. But not, not too thick.
Yeah, and you can see those details. Like you could see that discussion in the effects. Like somebody had a discussion.
Yeah, someone at like the University of Bonn was like, "What are you talking about? Do you have an invisible human?" It's not yet.
And I looked up the studios, like who did this? And I think it was called like Tippett Studios, which like Phil Tippett, which like he was like an ILM guy.
Yeah.
And then I looked at like what are they doing recently? And like the last movie they did was that Black Adam movie, and then they like went into bankruptcy, and then they got sold off to like a Bollywood company. So.
Oh no.
Which some of that Bollywood stuff is impressive. A lot of it looks goofy, but it's so impressive.
It's like they're doing this effect 10,000 times a frame. Wow. Yeah, some of the Bollywood like sci-fi stuff, it's very repetitive. Almost to the point it's like a Family Guy. You know how they carry the joke on too long?
Yeah.
Like, how many times is this guy going to replicate himself? It's like, it's crazy.
But yeah, these effects were pretty impressive. And like, this was an expensive movie at the time, and also like for an R-rated movie, this is way too expensive.
Yeah.
And if you look at the box office, at least internationally, it seemed like it did well enough, but. It's one of those. This is one of that time where it's like it's weird and obfuscated, where it's like international budget didn't really like factor in, and you didn't really get that money or something like that, or you sold off the rights to international rights, and you
essentially got a distribution fee, but the profits from ticket sales like that stayed in the whatever country it was in. Yeah, it was before. I think was it Disney that changed that, or
probably
as a whole. I don't know. Probably Disney. Anything.
So, yeah.
It's how can we make movies into colonialism? So I know how.
But this is like you watch these are the one of the R-rated sins movies where it's like you didn't make a good enough movie to have it be rated R, and now you ruined it for all of us.
Yeah. $300 million semi-porno gore fest sci-fi, which is what America needs right now. You've ruined that for us.
But also there's like I don't know. I'm trying to think that I know there was one series that came out at the exact same time of this called Invisible Man. I think it was called I Man. It was on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, yep.
It was created by Brett Eisner's son, Breck Eisner.
Okay.
Who like famously made a bomb with the Sahara movie with Matthew McConaughey, which is an okay movie, but not a good enough movie for the budget.
Yeah.
But he also directed some
Sahara bomb.
Yeah. He also directed some of the best episodes of the Expanse series. He was like the main director on the Expanse series.
Okay.
So he's not he has talent, but he also has a very famous father who probably pulled some strings for him. So.
Yeah.
I remember liking that show. I don't even know if you can find it anymore.
I remember it, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, I remember like the interesting thing about I think it's the interesting thing about is that he's like it gets infected with the invisibility serum. His invisibility is that his pores grow distribute this sweat silver that covers his whole body and he becomes invisible. But I think when he's invisible, he can't breathe.
Oops. Oh, yeah, I remember there was some weird hook.
I think that's it. But yeah, there is like but he can't. There is a give and take to his abilities. And there's also something if he goes invisible too many times, he'll just go insane and he becomes like an alter evil version of himself. So
Oh, okay.
I think there's only a couple seasons of that, but I remember really liking that. But it was also I was a teenager at the time and it was like cool, and interesting. There's also like maybe the strangest movie in general is a John Carpenter Memoirs of the Invisible Man with crap, what's his name from Saturday Night
Chevy
Live?
Chase?
Yeah, Chevy Chase. uh, yeah, that I've seen that movie, but there's some John Carpenter movies like, oh yeah, he did that. Like I've seen like the start of Starman, but I've never watched it. Also never watched Christine. I've never watched that Elvis TV movie he made. You forget that John Carpenter's made some weird out of this isn't like a weird like sci-fi apocalyptic horror movie. It's just like a biography on Elvis, or it's a Stephen King car horror movie.
Yeah.
And then what else? Is there any other Invisible Man stuff around this time? But later on we had that Invisible Man Blumhouse movie, but like Leigh Whannell directed that, like he did crap. If we did his movie here, the one where it's like the AI, he's like paralyzed and the AI controls his body.
Oh,
Upgrade.
Upgrade, yeah.
Which I hear like decent things about that. And then I don't know any other. There's that invisible guy in the crap League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. There's that invisible guy in the TV show of The Boys.
Yeah, okay.
Which I think when they put an explosive up his ass to kill him because every superhero has almost impervious outside skin, but if you get on the inside, you can kill him. So.
I do remember that.
There's what is it? Crap. Is it Sue Fantastic? Or Mr. Fantastic's wife, Sue something?
I don't remember.
She's the Invisible Woman on the Fantastic Four.
Okay.
That's all. No. And Wonder Woman has that invisible jet.
Yeah. Invisible jet, which is just a weird concept.
The Predator is invisible, and the Klingon Bird of Prey is invisible. So.
Yeah, cloaking devices.
Yeah, okay. Yep, that's all the invisible things I'm thinking of right now. But it's always a concept that's brought up here. So.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that new Predator movie?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No, I've heard good things. I wanted to because that guy, what's his Dan Trachtenberg. He's a really good director. I hope he.
Oh yeah, he did the 10 Cloverfield Lane, I think.
Yeah, and he did Prey. So.
Right. Okay.
So, but I watched the trailer for that movie. It's like, this is out of nowhere. This seems interesting. This should probably be supported. But I just like right now, I'm not going to the movies at the moment. So.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just get into it. We got Act 1, which just seems old school. We just got like molecule credits and just like creepy but whimsical music. This is like the, hey, get your popcorn. We're going to spend 5 minutes letting this credits roll.
The pee.
Yeah.
Go smoke a joint in the bathroom.
Which this movie isn't very long. It's very swiftly edited, which maybe it's probably not to its well, I guess it probably helps in some ways and hurts in others. So
Yeah, they made a choice, that's for sure.
yeah, yeah, which is probably because it's expensive.
Yeah.
So um, yeah, because it's like a $75 million movie. It wasn't like $50 million set aside just for special effects or something like that. Um, and I
Yeah, and
don't.
it was shot sequential or chronologically.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't want to blow up the set until the end.
Or they wanted to, as they started to blow it up, they could blow it up in sequential order, and it'd be easier to do. So.
And there was a production delay that they actually
Oh,
had to,
Elizabeth Shue pull, what was it? Snapped her Achilles tendon or something like that.
something like that. They had to pull insurance, I know, because she was out long enough where it's either like replace her or activate the insurance to keep the production open but
Yeah.
not filming. So that also adds to the cost at the end of the movie. Because
I
I think they were down for like 2 months.
Yeah, I read a book. This is like 15 years ago about how to budget your movie,
Yeah.
and that's like a thing you have to factor in. Is that one of the things to secure finance? You have to get insurance on your movie.
Yeah.
If insurance gets activated, you basically lose control of your movie, and it is up to the insurance company to finish the production of your movie, and they'll do it in the cheapest way as quickly as possible.
Yeah. And guys, they were able to convince them that there's like a time. It's like we've already shot enough scenes or something. We can't like replace her or digitally put someone in. So yeah, but yeah, it also increased the cost.
um, I've never like heard of that being activated, but it seems like a very um, motivational thing to keep the production going. So, um, I mean, I've heard of like directors being fired midway through a movie and things like that, and then people being replaced midway through a movie, like that happens. But like having like the entire production being taken over by insurance company, I've not heard of that happening.
No, but they were trying to avoid it here.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like it's the insurance company's responsibility to make sure the movie gets completed. Like that's what you've bought your insurance for.
I'm trying to think. There was an extreme example. I think it was Waterworld,
Yeah,
where like the sets got like they had to pay for the sets twice.
yeah,
Something. It was something crazy.
yeah.
And then they tried to gin it up. It's like this is a $300 million movie. It's like, well, no, it's just because they had to replace the sets constantly.
Yeah, yeah.
There's not $300 million worth of content in there. It's just stuff done over and over again. But yeah, I think Waterworld actually changed how that works.
Yeah.
Because like now you can only get insured for so much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you look at the links to crap. What I forget one of the largest directors in the world. James Cameron goes to like film in giant, water tanks, rather than going out to the sea to do stuff. So
Yeah.
We see a rat that gets dropped into a cage and runs into a cage, or does this rat? Where does this rat appear from? Does it just escape, or does somebody drop it in there? I can't even
Somebody
remember.
dropped it in there through a door, I believe.
Okay, because we see the rat get away, get grabbed by an invisible animal and eaten. We see the blood make the teeth visible.
Yeah.
But like, do you think Sebastian did that, or like who the hell did that?
I'm not sure. That doesn't really show. I think they didn't want to give us a person to hate right away.
Yeah, okay.
Because
I just suddenly realized, like, oh yeah, like somebody had to do that, because that really just introduces just like, oh, an invisible thing and that in violence. So it's like, okay, that's it. But then I was like, wait, what's going on here? But I only thought of that now. It doesn't matter. So, we have Sebastian Cain played by Kevin Bacon. I think he's like in his early 40s in this movie.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Which he's still acting. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 67 now, so
he's in really good shape. So, he's designing like protein sequences or something on his computer. It fails simulation. He spies on a young woman across the street as she undresses, but then she closes the blinds. This is one of these this like weird like teenage fantasy stuff
Hmm.
that like does not like help this movie at all. It only, well, I mean, it helps you hate the character, but that's not
Yeah,
really.
I think a lot of this movie they spend a lot of time before anything happens with Guy just establishing that he is an immoral. He's just like he is a arrogant hormone,
Yeah,
and then that's like his whole character. He's obviously a genius at what he does, but his personality has just been completely sacrificed to what, anything redeemable is just gone.
yeah, yeah. And that's how we start the character.
Yeah, yeah. That's basically have to introduce as much as we can about this character because he's essentially going to disappear for 70%
Yeah.
of the literally. So
Uh,
yeah,
there's a sign on the ceiling that says you should be working when he looks up, which I don't know. That seems just like self-flatulating, like like stuff.
who's that for? You know that.
Um, Sebastian has some realization. That he alters the sequence, and then it works. Then we cut to Linda McKay, played by Elizabeth Shue. She's like woken by a call. She takes a video conference call with Sebastian. This is
Yeah,
25 years ago, so.
futuristic.
I mean, they did have like call.
You do that easily now, and you notice most people don't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this is kind of stupid.
I mean, back then you could do that. This it just sucked.
Yeah,
I mean, we're doing it right now, but it just works better now. So
yeah. Well, and also we're not having a casual conversation about, hey, what's going on at the office? Like,
yeah.
yeah, we're putting this out so others can watch it and judge us. It's just,
um, and then she's also like, you can see her bed in the background because she just has like, what is this house? Is this like what do you call that? Where it's like
open concept.
open concept, but what's the other name for it? Where it's just kind of like, oh, it's like a negative connotation. Like there's lots of room, but it's kind of seen as cheap.
Uh,
Um,
Is that called negative void or
no, it's like it's a something apartment. A crap, what the hell is that
a
called?
studio apartment?
Yeah, studio apartment. Yeah, where it's like they just like this was a warehouse and we didn't put walls up, and here's your apartment. um, because you can see the bed, and there's Josh Brolin is in the bed in the background, but she like keeps him away from or out of the camera's view, because so that we just like kind of immediately know it's like, okay, the Linda character and Sebastian character have some relationship, but they're no longer together, and then she's like hiding that from him, which is
Oh,
um, which I mean they keep reestablishing that through that movie till they eventually have like the kind of like that's the blow up that like causes him to go extra violent or whatever. So it's really stupid, but like, but also they're also like saying that like this chemical seems to make people unhinged and violent just in
yeah.
general. So and apparently I don't know, it's also the invisibility serum giving them like extra strength somehow because they
I
seem
think they're unrestrained, maybe in a
okay.
way,
Because he's
and
like
also
picking
their
up people and throwing them around like a superhero. That he's just like, it even says like, oh, he's what they say, he's like 5'10", 160 pounds.
yeah. You don't think he's tossing anyone, but yeah,
Um, he shows her, yeah, he shows her his breakthrough. They need to get the team together. She wakes up Matthew Kensington, played by Josh Brolin. They have a sneaking around relationship. So, but they're also like, that's what you see later on that these are a team of geniuses working in secret, so like nobody has a life, and
Yeah.
so like this is like two people on a team. They get to like have a relationship, so they're kind of like, I guess, spared loneliness, but also they have to keep it a secret because Sebastian's a nightmare to deal with, and he'd be jealous if he knew, I guess. So.
yeah.
But also like I don't know, that's one of those things like
People work together too long for too many hours.
yeah,
This always comes up, and you always realize, oh, it's based around the work, not around any feelings we have for each other.
yeah. But also, you feel like, well, if Sebastian's this smart, wouldn't he know? But then that's the thing with genius people, they're not emotionally intelligent or whatever, for whatever the fuck that really means. So,
Well, it just means normal human things escape their eye
yeah,
because it's like, well, she surely wouldn't want to sleep with anyone but me.
yeah.
That's obvious. Why she's not? No, this isn't
Sebastian pulls up to the warehouse in this Porsche, so you know he's like got money. He has-
Yep.
I don't know if this is a special Porsche or anything. It's just a silver Porsche from the late '90s, 2000s or something. I don't know. There does seem to be like weird product placement in this movie. I don't know if they intended that or just it's happenstance. Because we see like a Coke can being predominantly featured in this movie, but
That was probably on purpose.
I feel like Coke was like maybe we shouldn't affiliate ourselves with the like Invisible Man like sexual assault movie.
Maybe it was seen as cool back then.
um, he thumbprints an elevator and it takes him down to a secret lab. We see cages of animals. Some are invisible, but then like kind of like pan up to the infrared camera, and you can see it on the camera, which that's used very well in this movie. Which I'm guessing is this just actual infrared photography in this movie?
Yes, I'm assuming. Yeah,
Okay.
that looks like.
I know like on the original Predator movie it was a nightmare because like the camera required basically a truck to do it, and it barely worked because like the ambient heat barely was different from the heat of the actors.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
And then I remember when
It was a 1999 Porsche 911 Carraro Cabriolet.
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't the cabriolets? Aren't those like the more affordable versions of this Porsche? I can't remember.
I think in this case it means it's a convertible.
Oh, okay, all right.
I think. Not
So
a
I thought
German.
I know there's that one like that Porsche that was in Risky Business that was like in Every Man's Porsche or something like that, and I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, okay. That's a 914.
I can't remember.
Okay, go ahead. I'll find out.
Where are we at? Oh yeah, that. But I remember also famously there's a great bit in RoboCop where they use thermal vision, and then they didn't want to spend the money because they knew the nightmare of like from Predator of doing heat vision. I think it was yeah maybe. And so all they did was Paul Verhoeven looked at a book about infrared or looked at a book about like a medical book about like where heat is on the body, and it's like, oh, it's mostly like red in the crotch and the head area. That's where all the heat your body is. And so they just gave full body suits to people and they painted them to look like infrared, and then they just kind of like did some digital trickery to the front of the camera to make it look like it was a video camera, and then they just shot people like that. And they also painted the room to look like infrared. And that's how they did the infrared in RoboCop.
I like that. That's a good idea.
It's like, oh, that's clever, and it was cheap. You know, it was just as effective. Like, it's more effective than what they did in Predator. The Predator still has like it's still a style. So.
Oh yeah.
Matt greets Isabella in the cage. She's rowdy and invisible. He puts on some infrared goggles. She lets him walk in, and he tries it. And this whole time, I was like, we already know this animal's violent, and I'm like, why is he walking in there? And then he tries to give her a shot, but then she like grasps his arm and like scratches it, and then like knocks him down, and then runs out. And then Sebastian shows up, and they like have a bet that who can shoot her first with a tranquilizer gun. And there's just like a box on the wall with 2 guns in it and infrared goggles. Which these infrared goggles are basically just like welding goggles, but with a red like stripe on them. But it doesn't matter. We get it. We get across what's going on here. Sebastian went Matt like misses his shot. It looks like he just shoots the wall, and then Sebastian shoots the gorilla and knocks it out. And then Sarah, who's like their veterinarian, is angry that Sebastian injected Isabel with a prototype without preliminary testing or something like that. Even though all these other animals are invisible, but I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to create some conflict, and they used words.
The team are next scene. The team are working on Isabel, who's strapped to the bed. They spray paint the injection site, and then we see like they inject the gorilla with like, what is it? Is it red liquid that brings you back, and the blue liquid that makes you invisible? I can't remember.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. They have also some like radiation box that they put it in.
Yeah, because it's basically doing something to like your body at a like at a what do they call it? At a
Cellular
quantum
level. Oh,
level.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like because it's like basically displacing your reflection somehow, or
Yeah. Yeah.
it's never really explained,
Yeah. Yeah.
except that it's difficult to do, and that sometimes the things melt that you bring back because they molecularly decohere,
Yeah.
which was so shown as as a like a scene later on where they talked about how the other gorilla dissolved. But I guess they actually filmed that and then just like, no, we can't put this.
Yeah.
It's like just an extended, horrifying death scene, and you know Paul Verhoeven loves to do those.
Yeah.
So, oh, okay,
Just turned into the fly all of a sudden.
yeah, yeah,
um. So yeah, then they inject Isabella with this red liquid, and we start seeing like the circulatory becoming visible, and then like the muscular system and like the organs becoming visible. It's very cool. Um, Isabella starts writhing and growing. She goes into cardiac arrest, which this is very well done because it's like you can see the heart because
yeah,
the skin is not like visible yet, and so it's like as it goes into arrest. Um, they hit her with a defib, which kind of like fully reveals her. Like each shock like reveals, which
yeah.
I don't know what that is. I guess it's kind of interesting. They do it later on with Sebastian as well, but it's just like a thing. They don't really like delve into it too much. Um, then the rest of Isabel's body becomes invisible, and then like it's like what they call it, reversion, I think, or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
But it's a very violent process because apparently like they've already like they start with like we figured out how to make things invisible, and now we start the movie with like, oh, it's bringing them back as the hard part. So,
yeah,
so that being in Act 1, we got Act 2. They put Isabel back in her cage. She seems calmer. Sebastian talks about vivisecting her, which people are saying like, oh, he's joking, but I don't think he is. I'm not sure.
yeah. He seems like he would like to do that,
Yeah,
just to do it.
yeah, yeah. Then we cut to the team goes out to a fancy dinner to celebrate, and then like at some moment, like Linda finds Sebastian out on a balcony because he's like disappeared from the table, and then there's like further pointing out Sebastian's ego and god complex stuff, which is like pretty obvious. But I guess it's an interesting role for Kevin Bacon because he's usually like a fun character,
Yeah,
so this is like maybe one of his most despicable roles he's played. So
he seems to be having fun with it.
yeah, but like he's trying to be somewhat charming in the opening here to like have the switch be more more interesting, I guess. But
Yeah,
um um what the hell? Sebastian like laments about their relationship, and he tries to kiss her, but she rebukes him because she's in a relationship with Matt and can't tell him about it because he'll get like stupid. So, um, because Sebastian goes back to the lab and he just like looks at an invisible dog. I think he like scratches its neck or whatever. So, which I
yeah,
guess will be in counter to when he just like picks it up and slams it into the side of a wall. So,
yeah,
then we cut to Sebastian is giving a presentation on their invisibility serum to the Pentagon. So that makes sense. Like, oh yeah, this is going to be a used by the military. Of course it will. So,
well, remember, like you was talking about, like Predator.
yeah,
Like like after that, the Pentagon was all over that. There's like, how do you make this happen? On the movie, like, what did you do to make this work? And it's like,
yeah.
oh, just did weird shit to the film. It's like that's not a real thing. It's like we didn't invent light display movie. And then they've been playing around with it ever since.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can. It's like it's very like one directional. You can do that stuff, but they can't do it in 3 dimensions or like
No,
all directions.
Like you can do it if you stay perfectly still.
Yeah, yeah.
And also it consumes a massive amount of energy to maintain it.
Yeah.
So, but like the Predator apparently had a nuclear reactor on his back. So he had all kinds of power.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I mean, I guess maybe it's me looking too far into it and being like practical. It's like if they had something that could like organically make you like invisible, wouldn't it be easier to make something mechanically invisible? It doesn't really matter. So
Yeah, I'd rather not like reverse all the polarity of every atom in my body to so it quantum phase shifts so I can't be seen. Which
yeah.
like that, is there any side effects to that? What does that do? And I don't know what it does. I'm just making that up,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it sounds like something they would say.
We have Dr. Kramer here as part of like working for the Pentagon. It's played by William Devane. I only pointed out because he's like a guy you're like that guy.
Yeah.
He's got a very kind of like interesting like uncle deep voice kind of thing going on. He's in hundreds of television, well maybe not hundreds, but a lot of television stuff. I think he was in like one of the seasons of 24 and things like that. But you've seen this guy before. He's been in something you've seen. So.
Oh yeah, he's been in a little bit of everything. He was the flight director in Space Cowboys before this.
Okay.
Oh, he's also an Interstellar. Huh. Okay.
Huh.
Interesting.
I think it was his like. I think there was like. Was there a long shot running show he was on, or was he on like a soap opera or something? Something Knots Landing or something like that.
I don't know. Where's his TV appearances? Let's see. Yeah, he was in 24 for 12 episodes.
Oh no, he's in multiple seasons. That was like that comeback season. That was a 12 episode season. He's also in a different season of 24.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Touched by an Angel, 1 episode. Where's the?
Yeah, he was in Knots Landing, which I'm not sure if that was a television show or like a.
That's like a daytime
soap opera, I think. Yeah.
Yep, there he was. 269 episodes.
But yeah, the interesting thing here is the interesting gambit by Sebastian to basically they're supposed to come here and reveal that like, hey, the stuff works, but he says it doesn't work and they need more time. Which doesn't, I don't know, like ultimately it doesn't make him look smart. It just makes him look like he's a power hungry idiot. So,
yeah, he's like, oh, let's do something really dumb. It's like, we want to take our research to the next level. It's like, no, they'll take it away from me. It's like, that's dumb. Who are they going to give it to? You're the guy to do this. It's like they're not going to give it to like, oh, we're going to give it to India now and let's develop. It's like that doesn't work with super secret weapons, at least not that I know of.
Yeah, but now Sebastian wants to go right into human testing, which like so like that would be the next phase, and like he's just worried that that would be taken away from him because whatever reasons or whatever. So.
I've heard that in movies before where scientists become immoral. Like they do something dangerous, scary, and impossible, and it's like, I'm not going to let anyone in the room. They're going to take it away from me. It's like, no, they won't. They'll give you Nobel Prize all the money you could want.
But yeah, there's history. They even mention it here, like, was it Salk?
Salk, yeah.
You tested what vaccine on himself?
Was it polio?
Yeah, polio vaccine on himself. I know there was that guy. Was like, I think it was like maybe like 5 years ago. He came up with like an ulcer cure or vaccine, and he like literally gave himself ulcers and then cured it.
Yeah.
Which like it would have taken years of testing all this stuff to see if it worked, but he just like, well, I'll just infect myself and cure myself. So
yeah. You think ulcers came from your diet and stress? Like, no, it's an infection. God, it's gone. It's like, that's crazy.
I never heard any more of that. It's like, okay, well, what's the drug that I need to get if I have ulcers? I never followed up on that. So
once you get them, you'll go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think our diets have changed a lot since then too. Because what is there was a guy at work that he had ulcerative colitis.
Oh, okay.
That was something different, but yeah.
I mean, also, I don't drink, and I know there's just a lot of stuff you get if you drink. So,
what? I didn't know that.
It was that Goyers or something like that you can get if you drink a lot or something like that, and just other weird stuff.
I'm not sure. I know you can get like horse blossoms. That's from the Dark Tower. You can get gin blossoms on your face.
Okay.
You drink a lot, like your nose, all the blood vessels are burst. Drink a lot. Like you have to drink every day.
Let me cut to Sebastian tells the team he's volunteered to be the first season subject. So right now only Linda, Matt, and Sebastian know that they've lied to the Pentagon, and now they're lying to the team about like, hey, we're going to human testing and we're going to do it. And they're like, they'll let you do this? Like, yeah. So,
Yeah, and all these people are also PhDs. Like, I'm not questioning this at all.
um, so they're going to make him invisible for 3 days and then revert him. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
We cut to Linda and Matt.
Everything except the last gorilla they've tried this on has been reduced to a smoking pile of goo. Yeah, we go ahead and shoot this. I mean, it does show like the guy has no regard for his his arrogance. Just completely, it circumvents his survival instinct and everything.
Oh, is this a different girl, or is this Isabel develops?
No, Isabella is the one that survived.
Oh, okay.
There was one before where they showed in a cutscene in that where they're talking to the government how like, yeah, bringing them back they melt.
Oh, okay. I wasn't. I thought okay. I was kind of confused about that scene because it's like, why are they treating it like they failed? And it was like, oh, it was a different.
Yeah, it was a different one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. We cut to Linda and Matt are having sex. Matt is worried about their career and their relationship, and then it's like we just cut away. Yeah, whatever. So,
They just wanted to film a sex scene.
yeah. Hey, yeah, it's Verhoeven, so
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have. This is very weird. Like, I guess this like just I don't know. Like it's like you don't have to worry about things holding up. Things are made when they're made. But there is like this weird thing with definitely with Linda where it's like Sebastian just feels her up a lot, and then she just kind of like laughs it off, and like, haha, like I'm gonna have sex with somebody else. It's like we're not going to HR or anything like that. It's like they're playing off here as it's this kind of duel or whatever, but like we'd reinterpret it now. It's like, oh, this is just a power trip, and this is not right. So, but whatever. So.
But they were also previously in a relationship.
Yeah.
So you could say
doesn't give it permission, but it's like
you can loosely
less weird, but still fucking creepy as hell. So.
You can loosely define it as an unwanted advance, but if you're two people that are very comfortable with each other and you're still working together, there's still some kind of vibe there.
Yeah.
Because I think she still likes this guy's mind. I just don't think she.
Nobody put a ring on it, so
yeah.
But it's also. Every move Sebastian makes is a move nobody would make and everybody would rebuke. So
you wouldn't do that normally. It establishes him as like this guy was.
But also every time he has like a positive success in his experiments, he thinks like, well, now I deserve everything in my imagination. So
yeah, I've done cool things. Now it's time to hurt people.
Yeah,
fun.
You only get hurt if you don't follow my rules. So
yeah. Don't think of it as pain and suffering. Think of it as a learning experience.
Next day, Sebastian is getting ready for the procedure. He tells a Superman sex joke, which doesn't really make sense because the Invisible Man isn't part of the Justice League, but whatever. So.
I think I read that in trivia somewhere.
Yeah. They pull out the blue irradiated serum. I actually wrote irritated serum, but usually the way it works, I guess. Then Sebastian injects himself, which here he says, like, so he'll be the one to blame, which almost seems like, I guess, like more, I don't know, like, hey, I'm being responsible for my team. I don't want them to get in trouble. He's strapped to the bed. Nothing's happening yet. And then Sebastian says his arm is getting warm. And then he just starts convulsing and his skin starts going invisible. It's, it's very violent here.
Yeah.
He kind of like stabilizes and the rest of him starts going invisible. And then you get where it's like, it's a skeleton. And then finally his skeleton disappears. And then he just like passes out from the trauma. Like they almost like they're pulling out the defib, like, oh, we're going to defib him. But then there's like this moment here where they're like it's what do they say? It's like, it's not like leveling out, but it's like it's stabilizing, but he's still like in absolute pain and screaming. It's like, it doesn't sound like it's stabilizing.
No, that doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah, I was thinking a bunch of like TV people. There's like Greg Grunberg's in here, which he was like a big like oh crap, what's his name? What's the Mission Impossible 3 guy and like Lost?
Oh, J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. J.J. Abrams is like, he loves Greg Grunberg and puts him in everything. He's like the pilot that gets killed in the I think the second or first episode of Lost.
Okay. All
Gets
right.
like eaten by the smoke monster before you know it's a smoke monster.
Okay. Yeah.
But he puts him in all of his stuff. So here he's like a young Greg Grunberg. There's the one guy he's like the nerd that like is head of like video cameras and like just equipment or whatever. He's like in a bunch of television shows. He's like he's the guy who says like this is God talking and stuff like that. That guy, he's in a bunch of
Okay.
television. Um, um, but we cut to Linda sleeping in a chair watching over Sebastian, and then Matt shows up. Sebastian wakes up screaming to turn out the lights. Because here's like an interesting bit. Like, oh yeah, it's hard to sleep because his eyelids are invisible, so he can't block the lights out from his eyes. So it's like,
Yeah, which is something I didn't think. I was like, well, that's a nightmare.
yeah. He gets out of bed and like all the sensors pop off the invisible body, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Which they talked about a lot about. I think how they filmed a lot of this is just with the like computer camera controlled movements, because they want to make a lot of camera movement, so to make it seem like the effect was there with the people, but they had to basically shoot everything twice, like an empty frame and then a frame with people in it, and then just kind of merge everything together, which is pretty standard stuff, but here it's a bit more complex how they did it. So because it's really hard to remove things. It's easier to add things in special effects. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then we cut to Sebastian is put in a room and set up for observation. They have a thermal camera set up to observe him. Sarah stays overnight to observe Sebastian, and then she starts dozing off in the chair. And then Sebastian can't sleep, and he starts like just walking around. And then he finds Sarah asleep. This is where he kind of introduced where it's like the camera gets kind of handheld, and it's like basically first person because we can't see Sebastian. so actually, I mean, it could be third person, but I don't know. But there's a lot of like kind of first person voyeur things with the camera here, which is kind of interesting. Which that's one of those things like you could go full Verhoeven effect with like what that means and all that stuff. Because I heard somebody like mentioning, I think it was a review talking about like the Sebastian character being a voyeur and like having a god complex and things like that, and like when the camera goes first person, it's like the audience joins him in his voyeurism and god complex or something like that. It's like, I don't think that's what's going on here, but that's a cool idea.
Well, Paul Verhoeven said it's like, oh, it was based on some, I think it was, I don't know if it was like Lord of the Rings, but it's like it was some story where like invisibility, once a person becomes invisible, they also think they're invisible to God, and all sins are possible.
Okay.
Because I can do whatever I want to because no one can see me.
Yeah.
I can rape people, I can steal, I can murder because no one can see me. God can't see me. I can do whatever I want, which is like more of a, I don't know, it's more of a complex moral thing, which kind of plays into this character as the seemingly immoral guy, but also the animals and everything seem very violent when they're injected with this stuff.
Yeah.
So I think you got two things like coming together in a pincer movement, which is why this guy just goes insane. Like he was already kind of amoral, and then it's like, oh, I can't, now it's like I could do anything I want to, but it's like, why would you? Why would you act that way? And it's like, well, I'm invisible, so I'm immune to sin. So it's like, okay, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah, and if you want to make this movie a better movie, that's an interesting to consider.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's like, well, that's Paul Verhoeven himself said that, but it's like, do you see that in the movie? I don't know.
No.
It's the thesis of the podcast.
Yep. But also it's interesting because like it's like they make a human invisible. They're like, this sucks. I can't sleep because the light's going through my eyelids. And then they realize like, oh yeah, you can't ask an animal that. So they had no idea that's going on with the animals. It's like,
Yeah.
why are they so violent? It's like because they're tired and angry. It's
They're scared. Yeah.
Let's see here. So yeah, it goes into first person kind of mode, and then like Sebastian finds Sarah asleep and he starts fondling her, which I guess this is an interesting effect because
Yeah.
it's an invisible fondling.
Yeah.
And then she wakes up and calls after Sebastian, which like he basically has like a full boob and nipple out pinched, and then when she kind of like comes to, it's like her blouse is undone, but like her boob isn't out, so it's like left to like did that happen or not? Which they do that later on where it didn't, but here it's like well no, that happened, so I don't. It's just kind of weird, um, and also just like out of nowhere for the character and stupid, like it makes them like weird and sophomoric. But again, like you're saying, like once they become invisible, like yeah, like you're saying, it like sin is not a factor. So you just
I'm better than I was, and I'm not bound by the same laws you weak people are.
yeah.
So,
She sees him get back in the bed in the infrared camera. So then there's like some like wiggle room for like did that happen or not. So, and also like this is like they set it up early on that Sarah and Sebastian hate each other, so it's like extra. I don't know if that makes it weirder or not. Whatever. Is this like a revenge groping or something like that? So
I think it makes it more threatening
yeah,
because there is no like thing there between them. It's like no, they hate each other.
I'm just gonna take this from you.
Yeah, this is mine now.
Then we cut to Sebastian had a restless night. He can't sleep with the translucent eyelids, and then things are obviously weird with Sebastian and Sarah because he's like, "What? What's going on?" He's just like playing it off like it didn't happen. Then we have a scene where Janice uses the bathroom and is worried about Sebastian being around.
Yeah,
And then she puts the infrared goggles on, and the next thing she's talking about is like, I can't even take a piss without thinking he's around. And then like the other guy's like, who wants to watch you take a piss? And then everyone's like, you don't know. So that never becomes a thing for the rest of the movies. I guess they spared us that. It's like,
Yeah.
let's have all the pissing scenes.
they have to make a special camera.
The team have a discussion about Sebastian as God complex and the freakiness of being around an invisible person, and then they just reveal like Sebastian was sitting there the whole time being silent. So, which I guess that like I don't know. I suppose that's supposed to work with like I mean I guess does he have a conspiratorial nature, and now he gets to just like spy in on conversations, and that just like feeds into that or what?
Well, he has an ego.
Yeah.
He has a god complex. Now he's like godlike. It's like you can't see him. He could be anywhere, and he can spy on you. He could he could do weird stuff like that. So.
Then we see cut to Linda's working on some experiments, and then Sebastian starts feeling her up and kissing her, and then she leaves. And this we have like where she's like, haha, don't do that. But and then he like feels up her crotch like just before she leaves, and is like, I'm gonna go have sex with my boyfriend.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
And your boyfriend's gonna be like, "What's going on?
I don't want to be a part of this."
Why are you so horny?
It cuts to the next morning. The procedure to make him, we're in the procedure to make him visible again. They put the red liquid in him. His nervous system starts showing up. His heartbeat is erratic, and he says he can't breathe. They says his lungs are like failing, but I guess or not moving or something like that. I don't know. Sebastian breaks free and then seemingly has extra strength as he just like kicks people around, throws them around. He starts to become somewhat more visible, but then like it regresses, and then all the visibility has just reverts back to like him being invisible, and they have to like intubate him while he's invisible to like get him breathing again. So
yeah.
Then we cut to Linda's watching over Sebastian as he wakes up. Sebastian is ready to get to work to fix this, and like they need to to fool Kramer as well. It's like, well, I can't go to that meeting tomorrow because I'm invisible. Which I thought they were going to do some trickery here because they have them pouring out like a latex head to make a mask for him. But then they reveal like, oh, this just lets him like put glasses on, so then he like effectively has eyelids with the sunglasses. So it's like, oh, okay. And we also have they've already introduced, they have the latex gloves that like have a weird skin color on. So he has these gloves on, and then just the special mask too. So
Huh.
they didn't make latex. They didn't pour latex on his hands to make the gloves. They're just latex gloves that have been in the movie already. So
Oh, okay.
because I remember thinking it was weird because like the Matt character has them on. It's like, what the fuck is he wearing? It's like, oh, it's flesh colored latex gloves. That just looks weird. So, it's like that lawyer who has the fake hands, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
um,
Look, it's Dark Pink Man.
we cut to it's 10 days later, and Sebastian is sick from testing, which we have him like invisibly throw up into into a toilet, which is, I don't know, kind of interesting, I guess. He's getting more and more angry. Like, I don't know if it's like the invisibility or like him being like held up in this like lab and being tested for like 10 days straight, or a combination of all of it. But we cut to it's night. Sebastian decides he wants to go outside, so he leaves. Carter doesn't stop him, but he calls up Linda to warn him about Sebastian going up. Sebastian like walks by the security guard because he's got his mask on, but he has like a hat on and the sunglasses, so he's able to like not look directly at the guard, but also he's projecting his voice, so the guard recognizes his voice. So the guard is like, "Hey, I haven't seen you for a long time, and your Porsche has been parked up here for like weeks." So, yeah, he goes out driving his car. He kind of scares some kids, which, like, yeah, the effects on this look kind of good, where it's just the weird mask with the empty eyes and mouth, and then you just see to the back
Yeah, he
of
like
it.
opens his mouth really wide and takes his glasses off, and the
Yeah.
kids start screaming.
Which, yeah, is an interesting way to like. That's a hard acting job for Kevin Bacon to try to like. Your character's invisible. Like, we want you to enact emotions. So it's like, well, that's hard. So this mask does like give it like. There's like weird like. I don't know, extra animation with his lips and eyes and stuff like that he's able to project his feelings while being an invisible character with the latex mask on. So
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting. Sebastian goes to his apartment, and then he sees the pretty lady across the way and decides to go over to be a perv with his invisible powers, which is, again, makes no sense. It's like, I need to stop being invisible. Like, this is like, this is like affecting my life, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, I'll just go rape the girl next door. It's like, this makes no sense whatsoever. Which is weird.
I think this is supposed to animate like this is the genesis of his full moral decay.
Yeah.
It's like this is what he's doing now. He's like, I don't just want to get out in the lab and blow off some steam. I want to commit violent crimes against people, seemingly for no reason other than I can.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
And I know there's always like a weird fantasy brought up by like characters in movies where it's like, if I was invisible, I'd go to the girls' locker room. And this just like proves that like that's not a fantasy. That's just like assault on a different level. So
Yeah. Or they don't think that through. It's like, I'm going to go to the girls' locker room where they're all parading around topless or taking a dump. It's not going to be fun. It's like, I didn't know women did that. It's just fantasies. Just go out of the window.
I think isn't it like there's like Not Another Teen movie where like they spy in the girls' bathroom and they're just talking about like the huge dumps they had.
Yeah, I think that was. You wouldn't believe the cable I laid. Yeah, I could see that. Hold on, I got to go drop some friends off at the pool.
It's weird in the Wikipedia art. This scene is described as like a violent rape, and then like what's in the movie is just implied. So it's like I didn't know if there was another version of this movie, but as far as I know, like this is how the scene is in every version of this movie. It's just you don't see it; it's just implied.
Special version.
Oh, okay.
I think a strange special effects scene, Invisible Man rape.
Yeah.
It's like, how are we going to film that and not get an X rating?
Well, yeah, I think he said this is like the one of the few movies that like he didn't have to send back to the MPAA to get like for what do you call that?
Oh, to get an NC-17 off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was like the first one they sent was the first one approved. It's like, well, it's an R-rated movie. It got an R. We're good to go. So
yeah. No need to submit.
There's a ring at her door, but she doesn't see anyone out there. Then she opens the door, and Sebastian sneaks in. We also, we kind of do it's interesting. It's like the camera's on a track, and then like when we do first person view with an invisible person, like it gets handheld. So it is an interesting little like kind of thematic thing to do with the camera, where the camera is a character as well. Um, she starts putting like the one thing where she hears some noises and then she like closes the door in the bathroom, but then that just leads to her. There's like so many open doors in this like apartment or whatever. So then she goes to like a mirror where she's like putting on lotion, and then she's like, I'm not sure if there's like a time cut here because she has like wet hair and like the bath was on. It's all in one like camera cut, but like she's like suddenly had a bath even though she hasn't had a bath yet. I don't know. It's weird. Um, so she's putting body lotion on and brushing her hair, and then Sebastian keeps moving the mirror and kind of like messing with her. And then there's just like a heavily implied rape that happens, but we don't see it. We just cut away as she screams and she's like being pushed toward the bed. Cut to Linda gets to Sebastian's apartment and sees the mask he took off, and then she heads back to the lab. But then we have like kind of a little first person view where he's like hiding behind a column. I guess he doesn't need to, but Sebastian splashes some water in his face, which is kind of a cool. It's kind of like that, basically like T-1000 effect almost, or whatever, or the abyss effect almost. So.
Yeah, it just kind of vaguely reminded me of like Abyss stuff. Yeah.
The team are preparing to hunt down Sebastian, but then just Sebastian shows up, and Linda threatens Sebastian by saying like she's going to take it to the committee and like say what happened. Linda is concerned that the long invisibility session is affecting Sebastian's mind. And then there's a weird scene with Carter and Sebastian about like enjoying messing with people. It's like, yeah, did you mess with them? Which Carter's like means it more innocent, and then Sebastian's like, it's like, no, I like sexually assaulted a person, but he doesn't say it directly. He's like, yeah, I messed with them. And he's also like playing around with a fly, which is it's kind of interesting that the fly can't like get away from his hands because it can't see the hands grabbing it, so like it's easy to grab.
Weird. Fly eyes can't see anything. All aspects, yeah.
And then he just kills the fly. So then we cut to Linda being groped by the invisible man scene, and then like her legs get like spread open, but then it's just a dream. So it's weird. It's like the only part of this movie that does that. So well, like, yeah, the Sarah scene is like it's up for like debate. Like, did that happen or not, or was that just like something here? It's just full out. It's like, okay, that didn't happen, but that's just like, the bad vibes going on. So,
yeah.
Matt has a minor breakthrough, but it collapses at 95%. So that's not important to the movie whatsoever. I mean, I do like his character. There's this character thing with him where he says like, I'm a B and C guy, and then she's then like, yeah, that's immediately invites a question, is like, what the fuck does that mean? He says like, well, my teacher said like geniuses can go from A to D, and that's what Sebastian does, but I need the B and C to. So it's kind of implying like Matt's gonna make a breakthrough because he's just like a hard worker, and also like he's not a genius, but he's a smart guy, and he can figure it out if he just like does the hard work, and then it doesn't work out, so it doesn't matter. So,
yeah.
It was
be a genius.
Their technobabble is that he needed to alter the radiation pulse or something like that, but then it doesn't work, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Sebastian also is like, here he's getting creepy, talking about his gift and being let out to explore, which like the motivation like almost a day ago was just getting him to not be invisible anymore, but now he's like rolling into it, and now he thinks that the team is like keeping him from like using his powers or whatever, when all they're doing is working to get him visible again. So
yeah, we're trying to get you back to some level of functionality.
Because even if we just like stop everything and then like, all right, you're invisible forever, like we're gonna announce this to the world, it's like your life's gonna suck. But he thinks like, yeah, if I can go out and be invisible, my life's gonna be awesome. It's like, no, there's still a society out there, and you're just gonna get killed walking into traffic one day because nobody knows you're there.
And people will know what you are, and they'll just start hunting you down with cans of spray paint. Yeah, it won't be long.
Sebastian gropes Linda again, then she leaves and taunts him about like her having a sex life, and he does, or she just has a life and he doesn't. Uh, then we cut to Sebastian's like come up with a scheme to trick the cameras. He's kind of doing the speed trick, but he like grabs like some circuit boards and some cables and do, which just seems like overly elaborate and like
Yeah.
nonsensical for this. But I don't know, it's just everybody knows what's going on here, but we're just waiting for it to happen. So, he sneaks out and spies on Linda. He sees her with Matt having sex, and so he breaks the window and leaves. Which he's able the camera trick he uses is able to like because like they call back to the lab like, hey, is he there? It's like, yep, he's right on camera. So they're like, oh, okay, so this is just some weird street toughs threw a rock at the window or something. So
Yeah. And why did this randomly happen?
so that being the act 2, we have act 3. Sebastian is like pacing back and forth and angry at Linda because now he's discovered the thing he should have known already if he's smart, but it doesn't matter. He seems too into his work, Nathan. Yeah. He gets mad at a barking dog and then just smashes it dead in like inside the kennel. It's invisible, so they show this in the infrared camera, which it looks like extra bad because it just shows like red heat spraying all over the place.
Yeah, it's like it looks like the animal was torn apart, like it exploded almost because of the red heat spray. Yeah.
Which I guess is like that's the best way you can kill a dog in the movie because it doesn't necessarily look like a dog. You just but it died. So. But yeah, isn't that like a thing you have like if you want to show your bad guys really bad, you have them kill a dog.
Yeah, that's usually like you've crossed a moral line there.
Yeah, this is an innocent thing and
that's just doing its job.
Yeah.
Let's kill it.
Linda goes to the lab looking for Sebastian and finds the camera rigged up.
That was the whole thing in John Wick.
Yeah.
Killed a puppy and like 700 people have like, yeah, it makes sense. They were all bad.
Yeah. Linda goes back to the lab looking for Sebastian and finds the camera rigged up. Then the team have a meeting about going to like the committee and admitting the truth and stopping Sebastian. And then Linda and Matt go and meet with Dr. Kramer at night at his house, and then we see Sebastian is sneaking around. Dr. Kramer tries to make a call, but the phone isn't working, and then he sees the back door open, and then he goes back to like take a smoke near the pool.
Yeah.
And then we have Kramer sees Sebastian for a moment in the pipe smoke, which kind of looks cool. And then he knocks him in the pool and like chokes him to death underwater, which is very like visually interesting, but like story-wise, makes no sense, whatever. But
yeah.
He's got to cover it up,
Because this guy's dead, no one's going to be, suspicious about where this might have happened, why this might have happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like if he's got an ego, like, isn't it in his interest to like let everybody know about this rather than covering up so nobody knows about it, or does he want to be like quietly a god that nobody knows about or something?
Yeah, I think that's the point of the story is he's like just fallen now.
Yeah.
It's like you can try to guess at what he's doing, but essentially he's like just not a real person anymore.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Just like a monster that just needs to hurt people and do things like that.
Yeah. Which I get. Yeah, again, is that the character in a tough situation being forced into that, or is the chemical like altering his brain to make him do that, or is it all a combination? So.
I think it's a common. Like I said, it's a pincer movement of two things.
Right.
Because we don't know what this chemical does, except like, well, it changes your quantum state. It's like, well, that might alter something. And the whole thing about I can't sleep because when I close my eyes, I can still see everything. That also might be something that'll make you insane.
Yeah.
It's just like, even though you can like put blindfolds on and block that, it's like something's not working the way it did for all of your existence. And you're also invisible, and you're also an immoral person to begin with.
Yeah.
Risk taker, and it just amplifies that beyond any reasonable.
Linda shows up to the lab and runs into Sebastian, and she's scared of him, but like plays it off. Linda calls a committee, and they say Dr. Kramer's dead, and then the phones go out in the lab, and then Linda and Matt try to leave, but the elevator isn't working and won't take their codes. Yeah, because it's an elevator that needs a speech recognition to work. So.
Yeah.
Sebastian has removed all their access. They put on the infrared goggles and kind of go hunting him down. He kills Janice with like a rope, but it's like a medical tube for like I don't know for like the injections or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's like a tourniquet type, or no, it's like hose for something.
Yeah.
Right. It's like medical hose.
Um, and then Sebastian threatens him over the intercom, and then the team find Janice's body in a locker, and she has like blood in her eyes from the being choked to death. Um, then Frank is trying to get their access back, and then Matt and Carter are like, they try to go hunt down Sebastian. Then Sebastian grabs Carter and like, yeah, they have this part where it's like almost like Predator, where they, or actually it's more like Aliens. Like they see like the two triangles of them. Well, you see three triangles of movement, and like you see the two come to the one, but then he's not there. And then of course, like, well, I guess look up, but like these are genius scientists, and they wouldn't think to do that. So, it's also Invisible Man. What are you gonna do? So,
Yeah.
but this is where like Sebastian just grabs Carter and lifts him up. Like this is like a 200-pound man he's just lifting up with his hands, while being shoved in under on top of pipes. So yeah, they don't explain it, but it seems to be like this invisible serum seems to add some sort of like, extra.
Yeah, he seems like have animal rage strength.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then he just like tosses Carter, like, and then like Carter's neck hits a jutting pipe, and then basically kills him through blood loss. Although they have him be alive for like the next like 3 minutes, but
Someone's trying to save him.
yeah. Matt's stuck in there with Sebastian. The steam keeps him from being seen on the infrared because like basically the body heat and the ambient heat are the same thing, so the infrared goggles don't work. So then Matt fights Sebastian with a fire extinguisher, which seems like that like work better. Like Sebastian should be coughing for how much he takes a fire extinguisher to the face here. But
Yeah, that would, and the powder would also cling to your skin if you're wet.
yeah, but they do kind of a weird thing where it's like stuff that sticks to his skin becomes invisible eventually. I don't know, it's weird.
Well, yeah, that is. Yeah, it's kind of inconsistent what's going on.
Yeah.
Because like I said, just Invisible Man, just spray paint.
Yeah.
But yeah, not if that happens. So.
Because he gets like covered in blood and then it seems to like go away. He could have just wiped it off, but
Yeah, this is what I call the wet part of the movie. Everything could be wet or not.
Linda grabs Matt out of the room, so she saves him from Sebastian. Sarah and Frank find Carter and try to give him aid. Sarah runs to go grab blood, and then she senses Sebastian's in the room and just starts tossing bags of blood all over the floor, which is like
kind of cool.
An interesting concept, but doesn't really make. I mean, conceptually it makes sense, but like logically, it's like there's probably other liquids in that room, dude. Come on.
Yeah. I think I'd use blood. I'd like just like, is there caustic soda in here? Something that's going to cause pain?
Yeah.
Because that's spraying around.
Then Sebastian grabs her and makes her shoot herself with a trank gun, and then like as she's like passes out, he just feels her up and then snaps her neck.
Yeah.
And then she and then we
Another indication of super strength.
Then we see Carter just dies from his wounds. It's been like 5 minutes. It's like, okay, yeah, we knew that was going to happen. And then the team got to look for Sarah. Then they find her body, which he's dragged into a freezer. Frank gets stabbed with a pry bar and killed. And then Matt gets injured with a pry bar. And then like Matt and Linda get locked in this freezer, and Sebastian turns down the temp to freeze him to death. Linda tapes up Matt's wound, which is duct tape. Yeah, that'll work. Just gotta stop the bleeding. Yeah, whatever you gotta do. So, Linda is freezing to the point like her tears freeze on her face, and then she rigs up some metal and a wire, and then preps the defibrillator to create like a big electromagnet, and then she uses that to like pull the door open, which is kind of fun. I don't know. It's good to see like finally these genius scientists in the movie like be creative and use their geniuses to get out of a situation rather than die like they're in a horror movie. I know they're in a horror movie, but this is a thing I constantly hate. This is like in Prometheus, this is in Sunshine, this is a lot of movies where it's like the smartest people in the world dying like they're teenagers in a Friday the 13th movie. It's like, you kind of have to go down. You have to go down harder if you're really that smart. So,
yeah.
She lights a can of paper. Yeah, she just like starts throwing paper in a can and lights on fire next to Matt, supposedly to like just to get heat into him. Then she goes after Sebastian. Sebastian puts an explosive in a centrifuge and then like sets a timer and leaves. Which yeah, what they say, it's just nitro. I think they just call it nitro.
Yeah.
Because he has a bottle, he like shakes it up, throws it, explodes. Like he's like
And he's made nitro because he's used what does he use? Sulfuric acid. He's made nitroglycerin essentially.
yeah. But she's like he's kind of like running around and whistling, and having a fun time, just blowing up the lab here. So, um, Sebastian is about to leave the elevator, and then when Linda runs up, and like he's just like, "Oh, bye forever," and then she just hits him with like this makeshift flamethrower and burns him. It's like
Yeah.
really harshes his buzz here. So, he runs off like tearing his clothes. She really hits him with his flamethrower a lot. Like we never actually see his skin come back, so we don't like know like how badly burnt he is or not. So, or if the invisible serum has some sort of like extra healing ability going on here. But he like runs away, tearing off his clothes because you can see it like sticking to his skin. So, it's like, well, that looks like it hurts. But eventually, like the charred skin just kind of like floats off his body or whatever, and he's invisible again.
Yeah, that does seem to happen.
And then Linda hits the sprinklers with some fire, and then it starts, dropping. The fire sprinklers go off, and then we kind of use the falling water to see him, which is like this looks pretty neat here. Sebastian comes up behind her and just starts beating her up, and then Matt comes in and hits him with a pry bar, and they start to leave. This is like the one time where even Matt says like, I get to save you once. And then Sebastian tries to hit Matt with the bar, and then Matt like diverts the blow, and then Sebastian strikes an electrical panel, and then Sebastian gets electrocuted. And we just kind of like we see like flashes of him being real again as he gets shocked by electrical, but then he just like goes down dead and goes invisible again. Or is he still like, or is it like his muscular system visible at this point? I can't remember. I think it's
He does become more and more visible at this point
Yeah.
as a tangible foe that you can see what he's doing.
But yeah, they effectively think he's dead here. They find Sebastian's bomb, and so then they make their way up to crawl up the elevator shaft as the lab blows up. The elevator gets blown up the shaft and then past them, and it like scrapes Linda's shoulder. It looks bad, but then like it doesn't seem to affect her at all. So,
Yeah, it's just scary.
Like
being nudged by a city bus.
Yeah. And then the elevator starts coming back down. It's like brakes are breaking as it trying to stop, and then it starts bouncing all around the shaft and like starts breaking the ladder in the elevator shaft. So it looks pretty like, it's pretty like, yeah, this is pretty harrowing to have to deal with. So, and then Sebastian shows up, which like I'm guessing is he on the elevator the whole time or something?
I'm not sure. I don't know if he's on the elevator. He came up from inside it. I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, Sebastian shows up attacking Linda. Sebastian is visible, but his skin isn't, so it's just kind of like his muscular system here. They fight on the elevator. He kisses her and like he thinks he's about to kill her, but then she like drops the elevator with just like, just some kind of release like butterfly switch on there. She hits with her foot, and then Sebastian just drops
the power cable.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I had to rewind that. I was like, I don't think the cables disconnect. I thought it was a support cable. I was like, I don't think they designed them. And then I was like, oh, the power, they might do that.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, the elevator and Sebastian like fall down to a fiery death, which they have it make it be like extra explosive. It's like, all right, he didn't survive that. So, and then Matt and Linda just go outside, and they're put in an ambulance, and there's firefighters there, and that's it in the movie. So,
That's it.
Yeah, kind of a. Yeah, this is like one of the. There are a lot of interesting ideas and good execution of stuff here, but this movie is not great. So.
Yeah, well, considering it's like there's almost no satire or social commentary in it, or it's so buried.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost not one of his
For
movies.
a pre 9/11 movie, this is a very bleak movie from beginning to end.
Yeah. There's no real characters you like. Again, it doesn't seem like a Paul Verhoeven movie, except for like some of the special effects and like the sexually uncomfortable things that are going on. Like, yeah, that's in his wheelhouse. but there's no like larger social satire like
No.
RoboCop or Starship Troopers or even um, Total Recall had a lot of like consumerism and just the
Yes.
bad guys are so over the top
Yeah.
bad. It's like, oh, this is crazy. None of that was present here.
Yeah.
It seems like he made this movie because they offered him a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, but I'm assuming. I mean, he almost disavowed it. He's like, yeah, that was my least favorite movie I made, and that's why he didn't. I didn't want to make another Hollywood movie after that. So,
Okay.
he did come back eventually, but not for anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, all of his movies since have not been Hollywood movies. Just, I think he's just making them all in the Netherlands now or whatever. I don't know where he lives. I know that's where he's from. I don't know if he's back there now, but
Probably. It's like a nice place to live if you have a lot of money.
yeah.
And especially if you grew up there and were bombed there in World War II.
He
This is home for sure.
can be a Max Verstappen fan. He's from there.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
yeah.
yeah. So this was, like I said, this was a movie he felt did not have his stamp on it.
Yeah.
And like I said, he also made Showgirls, which had like, it wasn't sci-fi. It didn't have any of that. It did have some. It had some.
There's
some
some
like,
social commentary in
yeah,
there.
there's social commentary in there for sure, but it was a lot less satirical and almost more sad.
Yeah.
Whereas this movie was like this. This is definitely like the end of an era type film.
Yeah.
Um, it has like some places it has a 20 or 18% overall rating. But then it's been kind of revisited
Yeah.
recently, and it's kind of getting up to 50% in some places. It's like, well, the special effects were good and they really tried a lot of things.
Yeah.
It just seemed like the editing made it fast and dumb.
Yeah.
More of a story and people like, oh, this is their motivation. And then there should have been more explained about what's the serum doing, how dangerous is this.
Yeah.
Like if they had something in there where it's like, oh, he could just decohere from reality, or they would have had a running clock. Like, we got to save him. It just, towards the end, it became like, let's kill this guy as efficiently as possible because he's just bad.
Yeah, and also like it's like Sebastian's in a bad spot when he can't become visible again, but you don't care.
Yeah.
You should feel sorry for him at some point, but that's never happened. What's that?
I said, yeah, it's like, I want this guy to be visible again, but more you're like, man, he's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Let's put him in a big microwave. Let's see what happens.
And like the Linda character, it's like you don't want bad things to happen to her, but you don't care necessarily what happens to her. So, Matt's just there.
It's just like, oh yeah, Elizabeth Shue's just a hottie.
Yeah.
Hottie beyond hottie. And then, it's like, well, I don't want the hot girl to get hurt. Josh Brolin looks like a caricature of a football player action hero.
Yeah.
It's like, her nice boyfriend.
But also it's like Matt and Sebastian are like the only people that do science stuff. You see like Linda like messing around with like a microscope every now and then, but she never like produces any results. So it's like she can't even do that for her character, that she's important to the team scientifically. So, and then it's just a horror movie, and I can't remember. Is there like some like poem called like the Hollow Man that like any of the stuff is based off of or anything like that? I can't even remember.
But there is a poem. And Stephen King used it a lot in Hearts in Atlantis, I think.
Oh, okay.
Let me look that one up.
Because I didn't know if Hollow Man had any deeper meaning or if they were just trying to get away from saying the Invisible Man or something like that.
I think it's more that. Yes,
Okay.
T.S. Eliot, the Hollow Men.
Okay.
We are the Hollow Men, we are the stuffed men, leaning together, headpiece filled with straw, alas. Our dried voices, then when we whisper together, are quiet, meaningless, as wind in dry grass. Shape without form, shade without color. So yeah, it kind of works, but yeah.
But while we're sitting at Problem Space Canadian, the supercut scenes from the imperfect collection of movies that make up the Verhoeven. Nathan, what one scene from this movie are we shoving into space?
We have to. Well, it's where he becomes invisible.
Okay.
because that is the most visually inspiring scene in the movie. It's the most cool.
Yeah.
It also inspires a vague sense of dread.
Yeah.
It's like, because after this it's all going off the rails. Just you've seen the trailers, nothing good happens after this point.
Well, and you have that moment where he's like, "I'll inject myself, so like you don't have to be blamed." So he's like almost like a human there, and then you kind of feel sorry for him for how much pain he's in, and that's the
Yeah,
last time you'll feel sorry for him. So
yeah, yeah.
so
It makes you regret. It's one of the few movies. It's like it makes you regret feeling empathy for the character.
yes.
Like, you achieve this. It's like, not since Paul Reiser in Aliens was someone more, like, is he dead finally? Yeah, yeah.
You can find us on Letterboxd, username VHE, 1 out of 5 stars. What are we giving? Hollow Man.
I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5.
Okay.
They tried some visual stuff. It was cool. It wasn't like hard to watch. I wasn't sitting here like, oh God, is this over? Like, I didn't feel bored, but I kept waiting for, it's like, okay, where's the twist in this that I missed that when I saw it 20 years ago that's going to make this like, yeah, this is one of those movies that he did. And it's like, it never appears.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't rate it high, but then again, neither does the director. So he is the ultimate authority.
You can find our podcast at verhoeveneffect.com. You can rate our podcast whatever you want. The only thing the algorithm listens to is the highest rating. So remember, give us the highest rating. Like, we must confuse the AI overlords so they implode upon themselves with the dying internet. So.
Yeah, don't let that venture capital scheme ruin your life too. I mean, it will. It will consume the entire economy when it implodes. But okay,
You can
we
find us.
just don't participate in the economy anymore.
You can find us at Twitter. You can find us, find us Twitter at Verhoeven Effect. You can find us Blue Sky Social at Verhoeven Effect. You can find us find us on Facebook at Verhoeven Effect, and you can find us on American Greed Factory on YouTube. You can watch both this and that show live and unedited. So for the Verhoeven Effect podcast, I'm Conlon.
And I'm Nathan.
Goodbye, America.